Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Loki the Old Crow. Thank you for joining me again. We're doing the Facebook Community Cup, ladies and gentlemen. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, at least 15, 16 more times during this video. Yes, we got the second game between BrandonRiordan2007 and countercounterrevolutionary. We've got countercounterrevolutionary. He's in red. He'll put you to bed. And he is, as predicted, Japanese. We've only seen Japanese from in this tournament. This may be his fourth or his fifth game. Let's go to blue. Blue is Celts. Brandon Riordan repping Celts. And it looks like to me that the game is Hideout, and the game is indeed Hideout. Celts are an interesting civ that I don't actually play a lot. And having spoken to both players, spoken to both players, it's not speaking. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Having spoken to both players, I know that Brandon Riordan likes to play Celts, and it's going to be a very interesting matchup. You know that during this battle, this raging battle that is going to happen between two good players in the final games of the tournament. I have to say, this is going to be fireworks. We're obviously expecting counter-revolutionary to come in with his defensive castles and then sort of mass up his samurai and get involved in blue's base. And then blue, I'm not sure what to expect from blue as Celts. I know that the siege does well. I know their infantry do well. But let's take a close look into their civ tech tree. We've got infantry and siege civilization. Lumberjacks move 15% faster and work. Sorry, what? Oh god, how embarrassing. Infantry move 15% faster and lumberjacks work 15% faster. Siege weapons fire 20% faster. Sheep not converted if one Celt unit in line of sight. Apparently they look hard. Unique unit is Woad Raider, which has got a bonus versus siege. Unique techs are Stronghold and Fura Celtica. Stronghold, castles and towers fire 20% faster, and Fura Celtica is Siege Workshop units plus 40% HP. Siege Workshops work 20% faster, and we know Japanese back to front by now. We've seen them quite a lot in this tournament, and I love it because Japanese are my favourite civ. They're an infantry civilization. Fishing ships, let's ignore that. There is no fishing on Hideout. Lumber / mill / mining camps cost 50% less. That's half to me and you. Infantry attack like a quarter faster. Not like, absolutely, definitely a quarter faster. Starting in feudal age. Unique unit is samurai, which is good against all unique units. Unique techs, Yasama, which means your towers shoot extra arrows, and Kataparuto. That sounds like a real bastardization of the word catapult. Trebuchets fire and pack faster. Team bonus really good for this. One, that because you're in a team in a 1v1 tournament, but two, also you're on Hideout and the galley is got half as much line of sight as usual. And without further ado, let's get into this game, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I like to skip through all this the originals, but whoa, Brandon Riordan is known for, as you've seen in the last game and perhaps his other games too, he's known for his early aggression. And it just so happens that red is known for samurai, mass samurai, and melt your face off with them. But you can see Brandon Riordan already producing a lot of military for considering you're in the Dark Age. Like he's pushed out six militia. Is that because he can't be caught by other hand-to-hand units? Maybe because they move faster. But he's already knocking at your gates. It's 13 minutes in, and you're a boomer. What do you do? Hey boomer. Okay boomer. I think that's the meme, isn't it? Man at arms coming out now. Apologies for the cough. And here we go. That tower is going to get melted. Brandon Riordan starting to increase his score lead. Oh no, he's dropped. He's got absolutely murked off by that TC. That's like 3 guys dead. That's That's unfortunate there for blue, and well played there by red. Red going for the hard counter here with archers, with the upgrades as well. Start pinging them. Start pinging them. Brandon's got to notice this real quick, otherwise he's going to lose a lot of units. He's noticed it fairly quick, and I think, yeah, he may have done enough to get them out of his base. Good defense again by red. Red did well defending early doors, at least, against blue's early aggression. Last game, unfortunately wasn't able to turn it around, but it did do some really good defensive maneuvers. We've got quite a lot of archers here. We've got 9 archers starting to be built up by red now. Japanese archers, I've seen them, I've used them, but I don't know how many people actually go into a game thinking I'm going to create archers as Japanese. Yeah, it's just one of those. You couple that together with perhaps the fact that the Celt infantry move a little bit quicker, potentially be upon you before you really much know about it. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see some action. Getting housed left, right, and centre. Excuse me. Getting housed. Everybody's getting housed. I get housed all the time. Brandonriordan, he's got his secondaries. He's got his secondary up, so he's got a nice few skirms there. 6 skirms, 4 spears, but whew, don't rate their chances against that blob. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Big fight, big boys. Show us your daggers. Nice, that's good work by red there to pull it back, get that tower involved. A decent engagement for red there, decent. As he starts to claim score victory now, he's starting to push out in front, 200 points in it now. Blue's gone back to rethink. He's going back for a reorg as he sends Vils round the other side, and he's going for forward siege. We saw a siege workshop go down early for him last game as well, perhaps because he was a mile and a half in front by sort of the 30-minute mark, which we are fast approaching now, as red goes forward with his crossbows, 26 at hand. 26 versus 14 skirms. Do you take that engagement? You have to. You have to take it. This could decide the fate of this game now. We've got upgraded skirms. We've got upgraded crosses. Skirm's going to back off. Skirm's going to back off. They could probably take that engagement now. 15 versus 17. You could definitely take that. And with Knight chucked in there. Red needs to get out. Red needs to get out. Oh no, his archer's going to start getting one bombed. Here they come. Bam. 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 He's going to lose a few there. He's going to lose a few. You'd hope red's got the eco to back that up now. I'm surprised blue turned around there. Maybe thought red had something up his sleeve. First castle's going down now for red. As blue looks to push his advantage. He's realised that red don't want it, so he's going to take it to him. Red's going to shelter his crossbows under the castle as some siege starts coming out now for blue. Here we go. Oh, they're dead. They're so dead. Even that. Oh gosh. Even those. Yeah. Bad engagement all around. Blue again holding the military size victory here quite early on. But again by the 30-minute mark, and the amount of military is quite telling the difference. Ultimately though, can you do it? You want to bust through this really, bust through that, and then try and sneak in. Force the engagement away from the castle. You've got better troops. That's what I try. That's what I try. As red goat comes around the back and he spots all these now. As blue goes forward under the castle. Red could do some real damage here. Some real damage. This is nigh on catastrophic for blue now. Did not need that to be seen. But blue's said to hell with it and gone for an attack on red's eco. The only problem is they're going to get caught in a huge crossfire now, and you're fast approaching only skirms on the field, and you've got a samurai chasing them. It's not going to look good, and you've got to run past that castle on the way back. I think that's GG for blue's army there. Yeah, there's nothing left of blue's army there. But the thing is about blue, he's good at building more troops. he has that strong eco foundation where he can sort of spring back from these kinds of upsets or defeats, more accurately put. That Onager's gonna get taken down. A lot of resources there. Amazing trades there for red. Amazing trades. As he starts to mass those fearsome samurai now, he's starting to mass them. And this could be the ending of blue if he doesn't sort it out. Woad Raiders aren't good against them. Skirms are definitely not good against them. And samurais will melt units if there's enough of them. Not only melt units, but melt buildings too. They can melt anything provided there's enough of them. Look at them dabbing, dab, 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 dab. Cavalry Archer might have some success against them, but ultimately you need enough Cavalry Archers to sort of stem the flow. As red seems, no, I was going to say he seems to take the foot off the gas, but no, he's queued up 10 more. Blue might be affording him a little too much damage as he comes back in for a second raid, but they're going to get up if they don't get out of the way. Samurai, mate, samurai. They're ridiculous. Blue's going to attack from the south now. See what kind of damage you can do. Them Woad Raiders are doing bits. Just running around, absolutely slaying, man. It looks like all is lost for Red here at the moment, but for that army, he's got a 30-man strong army, and the problem is there that them samurai are just gonna eat those Celt units up for days. Celts need to get the hard counter in. They need to get the cav, or they need to get the champion line, the militia line. The militia line will beat samurai. Well, most will anyway. Red's still building. Oh no, he's going to Imperial Age. Is he going to go for? Going to get that second castle up. We've seen that in his early games. He gets the first castle right next to the second castle right next to the first castle, if it's in chronological order. Red sending a small army round, but he's going to get confronted by that castle. That castle will be enough to drive him off. Bad losses there for blue. No answer to it either. He's pulling his army away, but they're all countered by the samurai. And I just keep hearing brr, brr, brr. Someone is constantly producing military units, and it's actually blue. Blue's producing loads of military units. The only problem is he's producing, I would consider, the wrong ones maybe. Making that switch though in techs. Obviously you've teched into certain bits and bobs. Making that's what will have success. That longsword will have success against the samurai. The only problem is there's not many of them. Taking the engagement under the castle, smart. It's like the last samurai over here. It's interesting because that castle's just doing all the damage. That castle is doing all the damage. Wow. Now that leaves red with almost nothing. There's some back and forth going on here. I didn't think it was going to be a very good engagement for red, but red proved me wrong there. Took the fight under the castle. I think that was maybe the turning point there. But here we go. We got samurai. It's like the Hydra with counterrevolutionary. You behead one samurai and it grows to 10 more heads, and then ends up in your base somehow. It's like a cruise missile aimed at the heart. And this looks like no murder holes. No murder holes. Oh no, no murder holes from blue. That castle will get melted. As blue seeks to do some eco damage, there's not enough there to destroy things. There's enough to do a lot of eco damage. Second and third TC out now for red. As he rings the town bell, that's going to be a hell of a lot of eco disruption there. Without blue having to throw a spear or shoot a bow in anger. Having said that, Blue's losing troops. Blue is losing troops to these defensive. As the samurai goes in and starts melting stuff. Samurai are going to close that distance. They're going to do some mad damage now. Once they get involved. This could be attacking the people behind them. They'll definitely get a bit more. Look at, yeah, that's a great engagement for red there. Blue loses his army again, and now red's back on top. It's like watching a wrestling match. Neither player can get the pin in, but I think the pin might be coming now for red as he moves his samurai in. He's got plenty of upgrades on it, and now he's going to start melting buildings with it. Look at that, it's just absolutely just melting buildings. A lot of rams there going in for blue, but again, would be countered by the samurai. Blue can afford to lose this though, to be fair. Can afford to lose that TC and continue. It's got a few more TCs up. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 more TCs. As red's attack looks like it's running out of steam now. How many samurai got on the field? Need to switch player, and it's gonna take me away from the action. 17 samurai. Oh, plus this lot. Yeah, I didn't even see them. 14. That's a lot. Rams going in, but they'll get trashed by the samurai. This is quality for red. You just can take all those villagers. They've got nowhere to go. That's a lot of damage. That road. Watch this brave road raider takes 3 shots and goes down. Rams going in, but them samurai will make short work of the rams. Unfortunately for blue, just wasn't able to produce the counter in time, but it caused the GG. That was another great game. Let's have a quick look at the map because there was a lot going on this. So we've got the 2 defensive castles here from counter, which we were expecting to see in the first game. We didn't see it. Wasn't able to get the castles up in time. Got 1 castle, denied another. This time he gets his 2 castles out. He gets his ability to produce these samurai at good rates. Look at all this farm. It's all backed by 42 farms. Got some gold going on down there. But essentially that's his game plan. I think is produce as much samurai and just get to melting buildings, melting units. And this was pretty much a mortal blow for blue, unless red did something terrible and took his foot off the gas or whatever. But you'll see that blue had a TC here, he had a TC here, he had a TC here, and he had a TC here, and he had a TC here. He had some resources in the bank that he could have used, perhaps, but at this point it probably was too far gone, and probably playing it for another 2-3 hours. If you really wanted to, is it worth it? Even if you could claim the L, it's probably just best and more sportsmanlike just to call the GG there, because at this point it is pretty much over. Great game though, absolutely great game. Eco's booming, both of them. Solid fundamentals, like I said. Look at all the resource load there for red. That's a lot of resource load. Let's have a look at the build difference. 26 build lead for Celts too. Let's take a look at the stats. So military, economy, technology, society, and total score go to red, but tied on society. I'm guessing that's something to do with castles. Military, KD of over 2-1 there for red. That's 267 to 110, and blue has got 109 units killed to 267 lost. There's a discrepancy somewhere there. It looks like red's killed his own unit somewhere along the line. Boom's raised is 17 to 5 for red, obviously the inverse for that for blue. Largest army for blue is 60 versus 48 for red. That's because the counters were there for red, and blue was unfortunately unable to make that tech switch and produce enough counters to the samurai in time. You saw the little bits of dribs and drabs of long swordsmen, a few more of them, a few less of wade raider, probably would have done something good there. Let's take a look at the economy. The economy is wow, the food's nearly tied. wood is obviously, there's a big discrepancy there. That's probably due in part to the fact that the Celts get the eco bonus to wood, 24,000 versus 10,000. Stone is pretty tight. There's a castle in it though, and red takes that. Gold collected is no, I think blues took it there as well. To be fair, so you see a play here with greater eco, just lost to that samurai. That samurai swarm is so strong. Feudal age of 13 minutes 11 for blue, 12 minutes and 10 seconds for red, which is a very respectable time indeed. Castle age much quicker for blue with 21:20 versus 23:03. Imperial age, this time red only got into Imperial age, blue wasn't able to, which is probably another reason for the GG. Map explored is 83. Red got the most map explored last time as well, which is interesting. Research count is 25 to 16. Again, red did a few more research counts than blue last game. Society is 2 castles apiece. Villager hive 124 for blue. See, I looked at the end of the game and there was a fair amount in it, but to see the fact that he had 124 versus 72 for red, it's a big difference. Big difference. Yet still lost. It's interesting when you see games like this where you expect the person that has the stronger economy to just produce more and take out the enemy player. Sometimes the counters just do away with that convention. That's why I love the Japanese, because the samurai unit I consider is a very, very strong unit. It can melt buildings when there's enough of them. They can take out most infantry except the militia line. They can take out just about any unique unit and back them up with some pointy boys, and then you've got no problem against horses. You've got decent movement rate. You've got really good attack rate. Fairly decent attack as well. Once you get into the upgrades and that, they become quite a problem to deal with. To be honest with you, you sort of looking towards some more expensive C's like heavy onager, mangonels, things like that, and maybe if you got enough archers together, you could probably do bits with it as well. But yeah, sort of waffling now because I sort of letting my my love for the samurai gush there. But thank you very much for joining me on this one, and I look forward to the third game. The next one's going to be a tiebreaker. This has obviously resulted in one for Brandon Riordan, one for counterrevolutionary, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Take it easy.